Well, when it comes to freedom of speech in Sweden, well, I feel quite comfortable in one way. What I do, what my magazine does, is to monitoring and try to expose those groups and those persons that we believe are in different ways trying to fight freedom of speech by saying that we have by wanting to destroy democracy. So that's basically, and of course I have issues, I have ideas of the Swedish state also trying to not in any way destroy freedom of speech, but I think that the respect for freedom of speech is it's not that big that it was a couple of years ago. But basically I'm monitoring groups that the most of the Swedish society consider enemies towards democracy and freedom of speech.
Yeah, well, in Egypt, we have a regime that is kind of hypocritic, but cunning in the same way. The regime pretends and tries to tell the rest of the world that Egypt is a democracy, while the president has been in power since 1981, and they are doing so through keeping a democratic decoration of the regime. For example, we have political parties, opposition political parties. We have independent and opposition newspapers. But when in reality you should look behind those parties. In order to establish a political party in Egypt, you should get a permission from a committee which is headed by a member of the National Democratic Party, which is a ruling party. Also, when it comes to starting a newspaper, the newspaper has to have permissions from security, from the mukhabarat, from a committee also that is headed by a person who is a member of the National Democratic Party. So it's all under control. It's all theirs. It's all their permissions. It's all the stuff that they are allow us to do. It's not real. We have been living under emergency law since the assassination of Anwar Sadat in 1981, and this does not allow people to assemble. The results were that we have no real political parties. We have political parties that got permissions. We don't have real civil society. We don't have real NGOs. We don't have no real media. We don't have. So it's not really what the world thinks we are. The government is paying a lot of money to convey a picture of Egypt as it's a touristic country. Sharm el-Sheikh and the pyramids and all the nice places and the belly dancing and whatever, but the stuff like that never will show that people are standing in queues to get bread. People stand in queues to get gas in gas stations. So this is not the real pictures that they are trying to convey to the West. But part of it also is the West itself, the media in the West, especially the United States and Europe, because they are all in alliance with President Mubarak. So as long as Mubarak is looking after their interests in the region, he's a good guy. They don't care about the people themselves.